Hi everybody, here's Krystjan from the TeamworkCast.
And this is Gereon.
And this is Netrunner TeamworkCast. This is the regional in Cologne in Hiveworld on the 11th of June. The legal pack is Liberated Mount.
You said it
Wow,
again.
I misspelled it again in a different way. Liberated Mind. And so this is the top 8 cut, and it's the fourth game. This time
Fourth game in the
top
bracket.
cut.
In the top bracket, yeah.
No, this is the lower bracket.
This
now.
is it? Okay.
This is the fun bracket. The fun bracket.
Yeah.
And we have in the fun bracket, because I'm a fun person. It's me on the left, and I'm playing against Agenda from the first round. He's playing HB8 ETF, and I'm playing the Andromeda. And you start immediately because apparently there's no break here. There's a hedge fund and installing 2 things. His ability is that whenever he installs first time he installs something, he gets a credit. In my abilities, I start with 9 cards, which I will play a lot of now. So there's Laundry and
Archives, yeah.
I managed to defeat Jackmate in this tournament.
Wow!
I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I don't know how this happened. It must have been luck, because it can't be skill for sure. Another Dirty Laundry. Let's do that. Yes, a bit of a blurry situation. I have to say, I'm basically drunk when I play this. Not because I drank any alcohol, but because I was just so ready to go home.
But we are now at the time where the shop was officially closed, so the owner allowed us to take our beers inside.
Yeah, definitely. And I was yearning for those. Everybody's sort of drinking beer like, no, I have to play, man. All right, so there's Earthwest Hotel and
Turning Wheel.
Turning Wheel, yeah.
That's not too bad of a start.
Agenda is playing in HB, and HB is not really the best deck, best matchup against my deck. But he's also playing in an HB that I was surprised by, I have to say. Mm-hmm. So there's lots of weird things coming up. But I was happy to get out my Earthwest Hotel. Very important thing to have early on, and I am happy to continue the monetary cards here, the hedge fund, Sure Gamble, and face checking HQ. That's going to be an Enigma, Quandary, the little Enigma.
Mm-hmm. When I grow up, I want to have 2 subroutines.
Yeah, but it won't grow up. It will just be. And then checking the remote server. That is going to be a Turing.
Aren't you afraid of architects?
You gotta face check something, make him spend money. And I had quite a nice monetary start, and of course with HB you get money so easily. But now this is finally something that taxes me a little bit, and of course gives me an opportunity to know exactly what I need.
Yeah. You know what you need to get with your special orders.
There's lots of thinking going on here right now. I don't have the secure testing, which is kind of maybe good for against this, but
Desperado would also be nice.
Getting credit, discarding John Masnori. I don't think I can get off John Masnori consistently off, and getting the tag can be a huge problem with when there's vulnerable resources already out. Yeah,
and you're playing quite a lot of resources, aren't you?
Yeah, so this is going to be a res of the sexy bots and a Jackson Howard out there to keep Agenda drawing. He has a really good start, I would say. I probably, like now in hindsight, I would have just ran there and trashed
the Jackson?
No, the sexy bots.
Oh. Really? Spending all your clicks?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm flash checking stuff, and that's the first annoying eyes here. That's Eli. In front of R&D. Getting another token on the turning wheel, though.
Yeah. Makes it a little less bad.
So that is going to be a passport.
Okay.
Which, in hindsight, wasn't such a great install, but I thought the idea was that, because I don't get on remote servers with a passport, but I think it was a very cheap install, and I had it in my hand, so I thought it might give me an access on HQ. It did actually do the access on HQ, but it didn't really give me an agenda. So at least getting another counter on the turning wheel, and then
go for the Jackson.
Going for the Jackson and trashing the Jackson has to die. But Agenda now recovers financially. draws more cards, installs a new server, and that is going to be Advanced Assembly Lines, which is a card I completely underestimated. I thought it was whatever, but Agenda really likes to rob this card here. So that's really great. When you res it, you get 2 credits, basically. Yeah. And then when you trash it, not during a run, you can install something.
And you do it on the runner's turn, so your ID ability fires again.
Yeah. And there is basically also through the installation, you also get 1 credit as well. Yeah. So there's like a lot of ways. It's a really great card to trigger a lot of your ability, and also you will get additional installs with it as well. So kind of like a click compressor kind of card.
Yeah.
And it's also really nice because you can get it back with stuff like Architect and stuff like that. So off the bat, I'm like confused by this because I've never seen this before. It's like, wow, okay. The Eli on RD really is a bummer. Maybe I should have just clicked through here and used tokens to C2. Running more on HQ. That's going to mean Eli. So now 2 Elis on remote servers, Gereon.
On centrals, you mean?
Yeah, remote centrals, yes. The other remote server.
The other remotes.
Eli is notoriously difficult card.
Are you going to fetch your Corroder?
At this point I have to, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a Gordon Blade.
Wow. You're more interested in the remote.
Yeah, because I see the card running off, the sexy boss running off. So I would assume that he would start scoring stuff here, and especially I have to assume this is going to be the upgrade here is an Ash.
Yeah, very likely.
I think at this point I'm thinking I haven't paid for the special order, and I'm gonna put a smart text if I paid too much or too little for this. Might have been a misplay. I don't know. The advanced assembly lines being used to install something in here to trigger off the ability and stuff like that. A really nice card. So yeah, I know that was something cringeworthy a little bit because I had the passport. And then installing the Guardian Blade is kind of like, okay, it doesn't really further my game plan.
Yeah, especially since you used special order.
Yeah.
For it, and there's more barriers on the board.
Well, the thinking is here, the Elis, I can also break the clicks if I want to account cypher, for example. All right, another Earthrise Hotel, which is great, gets me more cards row, but on the other hand, I am super poor. I guess I'm hoping to draw into more economy.
Yeah, Desperado and security testing are sorely missing.
Yeah, I remember. I was struggling for a Desperado. Getting 2 more credits. Install by Agenda. Advance. Pre-advancing something in here.
NAPD? GFI?
Or GFI. I thought it was GFI, to be perfectly honest. Doing now account siphon, clicking through Eli. So this is a pivotal moment because now I have 1 more click left. I cannot remove the tags possibly. I can maybe start contesting this remote server. If that's a GFI, I thought it was GFI. So that means like if he wants to score this through, even if he can stop and keep me out, then he won't be able to punish the tags.
Yeah, he will be very poor.
You also here won't have the clicks to punish the tags specifically. So that's why I didn't care about clicking through Eli. Even though there's some very juicy resources back in the back there. I'm still thinking about this because I think I had a what was it? Political operative in hand, so that would have been also a good install here.
Also something you want to install.
Yeah, especially if that's an Ash. I want to have both on board. I want to have political operative and then run.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, just ran. I didn't run on this remote server because I'm thinking he can just score. There's a global food initiative that he has there. There's a political operative. He advanced it once.
But why did
scores it. or not scores it. It's not exactly sure. Apparently, it's also a difficult situation for him. At least. Yeah, scores it. Alright, so that's going to actually project with Rubius. He wanted to forever advance it, which would allow him to get back the assembly lines. But now that he has still 2 clicks left, he can use the 2 clicks to trash both the Earthrise Hotel and the turning wheel, which is a huge bummer for me.
Yeah, that's quite a setback.
Huge. So I get out the
Bank top.
Yeah. He doesn't have a lot of credits left, but he uses all of his credits to rest the architect. Huge bummer. Again, I have to let it fire. He doesn't have any money, but the extra installs gives him money, and of course he can back the advanced assembly lines, which he can res immediately. You get 4 credits. So
it costs 1 to res, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got the one from the ice install.
Yeah, that's such a great card. That's such a great card. I was blown away by this. He actually installs it in here.
Yeah, reses immediately.
Yeah. So I break the Turing, and I get a credit from Bank Job. Second click actually. I have to remove the tags now, right? Well, actually, there's nothing for me to that can be trashed now, so I don't have to hurry.
He's not going to kill you.
No. And I don't think he has splash close accounts or something.
No, it's unlikely.
Oh, that's what I thought, at least at this point. Anything is possible.
Is that a spoiler alert?
I do remove 1 tag after drawing a bunch of cards. So now he can use the advanced assembly lines to install something here.
Okay, sneak door.
Got out the sneak door. Sadly, without the Desperado, it's not as fun.
This is 3rd time you saw the Turing on hand, didn't you?
Yeah, let's try again. There must be an agenda here. Got a bunch of HQ access, but no agendas here. He must have top-decked an agenda. This is the moment where you table flip. Or maybe I missed it from HQ.
Yeah.
That's very bad, very bad.
That's more likely.
He has a lot of money, and I cannot run through the architect again. Removing a tag and installing Kati, clicking Kati, and I have to give up this agenda. That was an APD, which is probably the best choice for me. If I have to give up an agenda, I want to give up an APD.
And even if you had gotten in, you wouldn't have been able to steal the NAPD anyways.
No, not at this credit counts. I don't have too much money, and I assume still that this is a Ash in that server.
Yeah.
Probably was a mistake to get rid of the political operative.
Finally, this is.
Where have you been my whole entire game? Running on HQ again, because I get credit for this.
Nicto, yeah. And 4th time.
And clicking Kati Jones. Trying to prepare for the eventual assault. He plugs the hole on archives and continues with the onslaught here. Another install in that server's advance is like, wow, seriously? I cannot believe it myself.
Yeah, I mean, what better time for him to do this? You're down to 3 credits?
I do have 6 credits on Kati.
Oh, yeah. True.
But I don't have my full breaker speed. I cannot break anything. Well, I can break code gates. Really good.
Yeah.
Really good code gate breakers. Otherwise, that's it. And then there's an architect on this scoring server. Probably was a mistake to get the Corin Blade. Account siphon again.
Siphon.
And there it goes. Everybody's laughing about it because I'm stumped by the vanilla. Yep, that works too. It's a really great ice in this deck. It's a really great, especially in a case like this where it's like I wanted him to spend money, so he maybe cannot score through. Yeah. But now it's
a really safe play for him because you're not going to have parasites.
No, and also like it just stops, and he doesn't have to spend money to stop me. So this is great. This is perfect for this, and we were all laughing about this because it's such a anticlimactic solution. All right, so I'm doing the sneak tour beta again. It's another one. At this point, I'm complaining that they probably should put it on the NWL list because it's too OP. It's just stopping all my runs, man. Yeah.
Came out 2 days ago. We've already determined it's OP.
Yeah. And there's another Vitruvius, and that puts Agendae on the match point. We saw that there was a breaking biotech labor on hand. Mm-hmm. So,
does he even have any intention to overscore his Vitruviuses?
Well, he had. I think that was an idea that he wanted to do that, but my accounts haven't put a stop to this. So at least I was able to put some difference, some pressure on him.
I mean, some decks only put in Vitruvius because they need a 3/2 and don't really want to use its ability.
Yeah, that's true. But I think in this case, especially with the advanced assembly lands, I think that's a very good choice to get in here. So I do the special order for Corroda. The funny thing is, I think I had special order on my hand, and I don't know why I haven't used it to get a Corroda. I think there was just no time. So 2 clicks used for this. I'm turning into Gape. I usually find Gape more useful than Lila for some reason.
Most people prefer Lila, I think, but Gape is also pretty valid choice. Even Ian, I mean,
Ian would work well. Probably Ian would have been a better choice here, but I wanted to run an HQ anyway. I probably should have chosen Ian in hindsight, because he also has the additional link that would have helped against a potential Ash or something. 2 installs in this remote server and getting a bunch of credits.
Double Ash and Caprice?
I don't know, man.
Have we even seen influence from HB yet?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really too much so far.
See
you in another. And I really love that one single Turing. I'm assuming that this is the effect of me having a Golden Blade, like second Turing on the remote server won't do anything. So I get out the Mimic. So I could run the remote server.
Finally, you can contest the Architect.
Running. And that's an Eli. It's like the most taxing server ever. I cannot get actually through the year. I am kind of losing my spirits here, and I cannot get in here, and that's going to be a safe score here. Didn't even have to fast advance this one.
Wow.
Crazy. Well, I guess he couldn't have fast advanced because I was applying some pressure on HQ, so that was the agenda was safer in this remote server than it was in HQ.
So actually, that's what this deck does: is fast advancing using Biotic and Sansans.
You can also fast advance one. There's also Sansan in there, one single Sansan. So that was what the influence was spent on. There's also biotics in there as well. Can do a lot of things, very flexible. And what we saw here is actually what you want to have. Doesn't always work so well, but this relentless pressure, getting stuff early. There's a lot of agendas in here, creating a scoring server with a Turing.
Turing and Eli.
There's lots of nasty eyes that can make a little bit of pressure on runners, and it worked very well against my Andromeda deck for sure. I don't know.
Most important thing is someone who's not playing yellow and Anarchs is in the top cut.
I was glad that that was the deck I lost. If it wasn't in NBN, I would have felt like this, because that was my deck was constructed to play against.
Yeah.
I think the one moment where I thought it was GFI and it wasn't a GFI, that was a breaking point.
Yeah,
if I knew that it was Vitruvius, I probably wouldn't have kept the tags, because I saw that they had like these precious resources. But I will relied on him having to spend all his clicks to advance his agenda all the way through. Maybe I should have just run on the server. I know what would have happened.
Yeah,
could have, should have, would have, and stuff like that. Cool. Okay. So we're gonna move on to the next round. So we're gonna see now. We're gonna continue being in the fun bracket where Agendae will meet Bitstream.
Okay, so that's then the final of the.
There's the final of the fun bracket.
Okay.
And then we're gonna move on to the finale. I hope you will join us, and then when we will, as always, hack the planet!
Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car.
Shit on me.
This episode of Netrunner TeamworkCast was created with a generous support from our listeners. If you enjoy the show and you can't get enough Netrunner videos, please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/hacktheplanet.